What's up, y'all? Capone's on Tony here, and welcome to another Ever Crisis video, y'all. So, they just dropped a really big content drop on us, but the thing that catches my eye immediately is the FF9 crossover that is brought back. We first saw this in November of 2023, and it is back. Not just the event itself, but also the banners. So, when this event originally launched, it did launch with Cloud and Tifa in the same banner. But this time they added Zack as well, and I'll go into that right now. So, Zack got a weapon in this banner, the Beatrix sword, with no costume, which is interesting. I don't know why they did that, but anyway, the Beatrix sword, we'll just go right into the weapon. It's 520% physical wind damage. Also, when debuff is granted to a target, it does 1.2 times more damage. Our abilities are 20 and 16. P attack wind potency at OB0120. OB6, it goes to 780% physical wind damage with the multiplier. 2736 for the R abilities, and then OB10 we get 940% and 1.2 multiplier. 3852 R abilities. So this wind potency is actually insane. Very, very good wind potency. It's doing, another one of these weapons with a 31 stat. It's just, I don't know why they keep doing this, but anyway, the special materia is X sigil boost, P attack, and attack boost. Why is there attack boost? Anyway, so yeah, this is 940 has been the max so far when it comes to elemental damage. And as you notice, you can see that it's physical wind, and that's going to correlate with the crash battle that's going to be launching next week. So yeah, this is a very good weapon. Launching without a costume, though, I think it's kind of weird, and I hate that it's limited to why did man, I don't like that they did that. But anyway, the FF9 event, the stamp card, this is what it looks like. You get 2 pages, you get 5 guaranteed weapons, and then that's it. Everything else, it's just 2 pages where you get the value. And the weird thing is, Zidane sword and Amarant claws have to be one of the weapons for 2 of these guarantees, which I think is kind of weird, because let's just say you don't care about either of those weapons, or you already have these weapons maxed out, or OB6 from the previous time you pulled on this banner, assuming you did, and you just want Zack's weapon, right? That sucks, right? So Zack is, you can't get guaranteed more than OB2 just based on 2 pages. And yeah, you're forced to either get a Zidane or Amarant along the way, which I think kind of sucks, right? But yeah, actually I'll go into the updates for these weapons now. So Zidane sword, it didn't get any update. I think that sucks. This should have got some kind of buff, man. We previously saw that Amarant Claws got a buff, which I'll go into in a second, but this did not get changed at all, which is kind of a shame, because Vincent literally got a weapon exactly like this, even has better R abilities, and it's the same thing, and it's a weapon that is not limited, right? So why would you want to pull on Zidane's sword when you can get Vincent's weapon over time? You're not pressured to pull on this to get it to OB10, right? I don't know, man. I'm not sure why they did this. It's kind of annoying. This could have been they could have boosted this to 1400, 1500 damage. Just something, right? I don't know. I felt this needed some kind of buff to warrant wanting to pull on it, but. Yeah, that's just my thoughts on Zidane's sword. I'll show Amarant's claws now. So this buff is actually pretty nice for Amarant claws. It got, when 50% HP or more, M attack is decreased on the enemy. It's mid and it goes to high at OB6. Mid goes to high at OB6 or OB10. So I think that's actually pretty cool. High to high would have been nice, but I think maybe it'd been too overpowered if they did that. It would pretty much make the Tiger Fang's worthless, right? So I guess they had to do it mid to high for OB6, but it's still really nice to have, just in addition to buffing yourself 3 tiers in the P attack. So I think this buff is pretty nice. Zidane sword should have got damn buff, in my opinion. But yeah, this stamp card, I think it's actually pretty decent. you know, you get a guaranteed Zidane sword, which is 3 stamps, which I kind of want because my Zidane sword would get the OB7, which would give me better R abilities for physical ability potency. But I don't know, man. I think. All right, let's just talk about that now. Actually, the costumes too. Yeah, the costumes. I can't really go to them, but if you go to the costumes, they both got buffed. Let's go to Cloud here. So Cloud, yeah, both of these went to 15 points. So both of these were 10 points before. So it's a nice buff. I still feel these costumes are, still kind of outdated, but I still think it's a nice buff. I would say if you have Monster Hunter Cloud already, like I still think that's better compared to this. I guess it can kind of depend on the situation, because if you get 15 points here, that's a 30% boost when Monster Hunter is like an additional 15 points to your stance, right? So if your like stance is not maxed and the 15 points will boost you 2 levels, then that's technically better than a Monster Hunter that is like at level 5, right? Or level 4? I don't know. Yeah, I think you kind of know what I mean. And plus this has survivability when the Monster Hunter one doesn't, but I guess it's situational, right? I think that, it's nice that it's better, and it's nice that it's free for the people that already have it. If they would have like made you had to pull to get the additional upgrade, that would have been some bullshit. So I'm glad they didn't do that. So that's what happens to Zidane. I'll go to the Amarant costume now. So essentially it got the same thing where, yeah, it's 15 and 15. So 10 points, 10 points, and it's the same thing here. It's like, oh, you got the Cowgirl costume. If you have maxed out physical ability stance, then yeah, this is going to be better every time than Amarant either way. But, this is nice that because you get, extra HP for survivability. I guess it's situational, right? But I would still probably most of the time still use this because a lot of the time on my characters, my stance is maxed. Especially if it's a Tifa that's a non-elemental. It's very easy to max out physical ability potency now. So then you just get this extra damage from the mastery. But, having the option to wear this now with more survivability is, a thing too. So, alright, so pull or skip though. Let's go back to the draw. With Anniversary, man, being 3 weeks away, I think this is an easy skip in my opinion. Like, unless you're like in dire need of a wind weapon for Zack, like you don't have any kind of wind weapon right now and you want something for the guild event, I think it's a very easy skip. But even then for Zack, you probably at least want to get your weapon to OB1. So you'd have to pull at least half a page. Possibly more if you get unlucky. But yeah, I think this is a pretty simple skip, especially if you're someone that's already has, these weapons built out pretty well. Like I do want to get 1 copy of, Cloud's weapon. But, using, what, potentially 9,000 crystals to get, whoops, went to the wrong one. Potentially using 9,000 crystals just to get 1 copy of this weapon, that's not worth the risk, man. I mean, the odds are it would take two pulls. But, nah, man, if you're someone that's probably under like 50,000 crystals, I think this is a very, very easy skip because these are non-elemental weapons too, man. Like these weapons just like they're just not as good as elemental weapons. I mean, that's just a fact. I mean, they're going to be great for this particular event, facing these enemies that are, have no elemental. They have a bunch of elemental resistances, so you pretty much have to use non-elemental weapons. But outside of this event, man, these weapons are just rarely ever used. Like if an enemy has an elemental weakness, which pretty much 9 times out of 10 they do, it's just better to use a team that's going to take advantage of that weakness, right? And yeah, these weapons were nice for back in the day, but I think just, it's just not worth pulling when something huge is going to be happening for 1 year anniversary. And even the Zack weapon too, I think is nice, but, I would say just hold out, man. I hate that this weapon's limited too. Like, I don't like it. So, yeah, I think for me, I think it's an easy skip. And honestly, I kind of don't like that they separated the banners again. So, you know, odds are we're going to get Aerith and Sephiroth in a separate banner next week, and Kate Sith will probably get a weapon as well in that banner. So it'll probably be 2 banners with 3 weapons again. But the thing is, I guess Zidane and Tifa's weapon aren't featured. They're just wish listed. So I guess Zack's weapon has better odds of showing up in the banner. Let's see. Does it show like odds of the weapon? So Beatrix swords 1%, 1%. Okay, so everything's just 1% on the wish list. And Zack's weapon will be, I guarantee, it'll be a 1% as well. Wherever it's at. Where is it? Is it just at the top? Okay, it's just at the top. So it's just 1% for everybody. So, I mean, not great odds, right, for Zack. If Zack had a higher rate of his weapon appearing and he wanted to get to like OB6, then yeah, that would be nice. But damn, you're like, it's a crapshoot, man. You know, I feel bad for the whales that are gonna try to get this to OB10 because they might be pulling forever. But yeah, I think for me, with the anniversary around the corner, you know, Applebot does. I've heard they do crazy stuff for their anniversaries, man. So I say, just hold strong, in my opinion, and it'll be worth it. I can't guarantee it's gonna be worth it, but I think it's going to be much better than what's provided in these FF9 banners. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. Let me know if y'all agree or not. Are y'all going to pull on this? Are y'all going to, like, maybe try to get some more weapons from, like, OB6 to OB10 from these banners? Are you just going to wait for anniversary like me? We're so close, man. And, you know, I think it's gonna be a skip. It's gonna be a skip. But all right, y'all. It's gonna do it for this video. Let me know what you're all doing. But yeah, if y'all enjoy my Ever Crisis content, please give this video a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all on the next one. Later.